Hello and welcome to another Barrens Chat this way, guys. Guys, you got the wrong way. You need to jump over this little barrier thing. Great start. This week we have Lang and Goonie back. We have Baha, who's not been on the show before, but he's awesome. And we have, I forgot your name, sorry, it's Dan, isn't it?
Yep.
Dan. Sorry, pal. We're going to be talking about borrowed power and the system's borrowed power in play. Oh no, Goonie's dead. This is going brilliantly so far. Obviously, I spoke in the last video, but I don't actually mind the Azerite system or the idea of borrowed power. But Baha, you seem to take a bit of a different outlook. You don't like it at all, do you?
Not really.
Do you want to expand on that?
Well, where do you want to start?
No, take it as you want. What do
The
you
fact
like
I
about
haven't had a new spell for about 3 expansions, yet I keep getting borrowed power.
So when you say borrowed power, what exactly do you refer to as borrowed power? Let's start there.
Any system like Azerite or Legion artifacts where I have it for that expansion alone.
And then it goes at the end of it and you're left. So, I mean, the original would have been the artifact weapon, where you're building the weapon up, making it stronger and stronger and stronger. It gives you this
I like
core
at the
ability
time the weapon, it's the end point I don't like.
when it gets gone.
And you just end up with the cool stuff not coming back or at a very, very reduced manner. I miss my portals, they were actually very fun. I like the randomness of them. And since BFA, I've received a grand total of nothing to replace it. Nothing to replace barely anything what I used to have.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I'd argue that actually, when they took the weapons away, they did redesign a few of the classes a lot to make them work without the weapons.
a few of them, but if you see something like Survival Hunter, that's one that really relied on the weapon because it was that built into the rotation with its artifact ability.
Sorry, there's a bot on the green. One of the DPS go take that, please.
I will not say no. Thank you.
It's just the fact that they keep trying its systems. Like, I'm seeing Covenant and I'm not interested in it.
See, do you think it's my issue with it is this, right? These these not just the weapon, but the Azerite power in this expansion with your neck, they are designed to be within this expansion and within this expansion only. For me, the reason why borrowed power systems work is, you're taking this power that's not essentially yours, making you stronger. By the end of the expansion, you're really strong, and then you go to the next expansion and you're struggling to fight a Hosen or something. And realistically speaking, that wouldn't happen. Wait a second, that patrol is going to kill us if we take it.
No. I find this expansion to be slightly more tolerable since your whole class isn't built around the Azerite. It's been sort of bolted on.
It's an idea, isn't it? Where you have the Azerite armor, which is we spoke about it before, where you said
but it's not like a major part. It's a bolted add-on. The thing I have the issue with Azerite is that they didn't test it till the last minute.
I mean, that's a fair point, but I mean, it still is a borrowed power system, and you said to me explicitly the borrowed power system is what you dislike, and you're hoping that changes.
I just want something more tangible, something more permanent.
So you want something that's going to change it for the rest of the game?
I'd rather have something that's actually a new spell, something actually different, so I can actually keep.
I mean, you could argue that you did have new spells, in terms of
I've played Destruction for years, and all I've seen is more and more taken away. I used to have my curses. I used to have Fire and Brimstone for some actual AoE.
So your issue is more about it being pruned than it is about the power systems.
It's the prune and the power system, shall I say?
I mean,
all I've seen is pruning, and then they just add on the borrowed power system. So I get something back for a tiny bit, and it just gets taken away again. I never have anything permanent.
View, because you don't. Okay, so let's go back to the weapons because that's the best example of borrowed power, and it's so easy to see it. Shit, I've missed that interrupt. Where you have this borrowed power, yeah, this awesome weapon. Sorry, I suck at vengeance. I'm gonna suck at this game.
I just got stuck, so.
You have these weapons, and you go into the next expansion, and you're not going to take the Ashbringer with you. You're not going to have the most powerful paladin weapon you could have, and have it as a tangible. It's not. I know it's not a realistic game, but it's not going to be realistic to have the most powerful weapon you can get straight away and just keep it. Like, so they have to come up with a way to get rid of it. Otherwise, what you're going to end up with is these end game systems where you're not going to get the cool stuff, because they're not going to want to put stuff in that they have to keep up with. And the cool thing about borrowed power is that you can make yourselves really powerful and still keep it making sense that the next expansion you're going to be back to just a normal sort of equatable level.
Well, at this point, I'm not seeing how they can actually explain how we just lost the power of Azerite.
Well, we give it back to.
I haven't seen anything about
No,
this.
I haven't seen it. I'm just assuming that when, you know, at the end of the expansion, the reason
I do feel with the Legion artifacts that they put the big name things and they shouldn't have done that. They should have. Don't get me wrong, the artifacts themselves are fine.
Why would they have not done that though? I mean, that was a cool feature. Everyone loved it. It got a lot of players back into the game.
Yeah, no. I like the artifacts. It's like the actual big name part of them. Like, I'm like wielding the shards of Frostmourne and that, and suddenly their powers are all gone.
Yeah,
and these are meant to be.
They're not just gone though, are they? You've used them to do something. You've used them to
Drain the power of a big sword. That's still an issue.
Yeah.
That's not
yeah, but you
actually sorted out.
Otherwise,
It's still there.
but you've slowed it. And then when you say it's not sorted out, well, we've been collecting this Azerite, which is blood of I forget the word, our planet's Titan, yeah.
Yeah, but the sword is still there, and there's still nothing happened to it.
Yeah, but I mean, not yet, because we've still got our Azerite. But I can assume, I mean, I would assume that that's how they're going to get rid of it, because they are going to have to get rid of it, yeah. So I would assume at some point in this, before we get into Shadowlands, they're going to say, right, you're going to like absorb this Azerite you've been collecting, because otherwise, why have you been collecting it?
That's what I've been wondering at this point. I've been told it's for the planet.
Yeah,
but
so it's logical that that's where it's going to go. I mean, sorry, we kind of taken over the chat. Lang, what do you think about the borrowed power systems, the artifacts, and the Azerite neck piece?
I like the Legion ones.
Hmm.
I think they were quite fun. It gave you a different sort of flavour and a bit of identity to your class.
Yeah, a bit of fantasy as well, yeah.
Yeah, the BFA ones, not so much. They felt like they took just a long time to get them sorted, and it just felt bad once they were sorted. Like, you had to dig for specific ones, and
but are you against?
I'm not against them.
No.
In the end, it's just part of the system for the expansion.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was going to say. It's a self-contained system, so you can't expect it then to continue into the next expansion. The next expansion needs to have its own thing. That's how WoW works. WoW isn't, or at least that's how it's come to work. I don't think it's interesting enough to keep it going. If it was just a case of gear up, here's your spells. Players, at least modern players, need something more to kind of keep them going, I guess.
No, I mean, technically, like, all the equipment we use is borrowed power. Because by the end of expansion, it's all useless and we get new stuff.
I mean, technically, yeah, but it's better stuff we're getting. So we're improving. Yeah. When we talk about borrowed power system, in my head at least, it's more about the stuff that we are... I can't cage that. Oh no, I'm stunned. Anyone that would interrupt?
I'm stunned as well.
Those smogs, if we don't interrupt them, they will kind of CCs.
Might have called out.
No worries.
Mm.
I forgot where we're going. Sorry with this. Yeah. So when I say borrowed power system, it's the systems that you're literally building up over the expansion. And lore-wise, the power isn't yours. You're getting it from somewhere, and then you kind of giving it away at the end, or getting rid of it so you can start fresh. And I don't see what the issue is with that. I don't play any other MMOs really. I've dabbled a little bit in ESO, wasn't really my thing. But Baha, you play FF17, right? Do not have anything like that. 17. I don't know why I said that. Do not have a system like that in place?
Only in special zones, and it's self-contained to that zone.
So is that
With Eureka.
Is that not a similar thing then?
No, because my class isn't built around it. I don't lose.
But, I don't think any class currently is going to lose too much by losing the Azerite next piece. I don't think any class lost that much with the artifact weapons, because when the artifact weapons went, the classes were redesigned in a way that if something was integral to the class, it was designed to stay. You know, you could choose it at talent. Wake of Ashes, brilliant rep paladin ability, and it was put in as a talent choice. It's a pretty cool talent choice.
Yeah, but I would say is I've never gained anything. I just I never lose anything. It's just there and it's not.
Well,
it doesn't feel good.
That is the definition of losing something. Dan, what do you think?
I thought you were going to get to me. I'm not sure. I agree with you on the you know, it's an expansion. You know, like we all had to level the ring in Warlords. We all had to do the artifact power. This is just. I think they've maybe gone a bit too. There's been too much. I think with the addition of the cloak.
There was a lot this system, this expansion.
Normally, it's one thing. You know, we could have kept some of the weapons. Maybe people would have complained then that it was a little bit too much like the Legion artifacts, and then it wasn't enough, so they had to bring the cloak to make it look a bit more interesting. I don't know.
What's interesting is I absolutely hated the idea of not having the weapon at the time, and then as soon as we started BFA, I was like, oh, this next thing that I was slagging off for months is actually really cool. The thing is with the weapon as well, people think it was all awesome because of this choice of how you. I mean, there were sites that told you how to, like, what path to take to level up. But once it was leveled up, all you would do was adding on more power constantly. There wasn't anything special. Oh, I'm stuck in a chat box. There wasn't anything special to it in the end. I kind of lost my place again. Sorry. Trying to concentrate and trying to chat.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's like 8 episodes. This is the 8th episode, and I'm still not quite used to it. I just knocked my goop out. Knock the bottle.
Oh no! No!
Can we get res down, please? Oh shit! Now what am I doing?
Thank you.
So when I said that about I'll be too tired for this, I was like, oh no, I'll do it anyway. I mean, I don't dislike the systems, and when it comes to Shadowlands, like you said the other day, Baha. The reason I keep going back to Baha, by the way, is because me and Baha have had this chat about 5 times this week.
No.
Not so much in preemptively, just in kind of like we disagree completely on the principle of it. You know,
I mean, every game has them, doesn't it? Every game has its thing. It doesn't matter whether you're playing this, whether you're playing.
We've got one up if we can get him up.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's funny you say that because when you said every game has them, Like
Well, the game
WoW
has its
is the
thing,
game.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's
WoW is the
always-
game, but
Yeah.
the expansions itself is almost like a different game completely. We need to get this spot out.
Yeah.
Like I always think, I don't think of it just being moving on. It's like a whole new game. You starting level, obviously, you've got all the previous stuff still available to you, but you are stepping into what is essentially different systems, different play styles. You need to learn. That was just terrible.
Yeah, I think I'm too tired for this as well.
It's alright, just blame me. I made you all go. So, Goonie, what do you think about it?
Sorry, trying to take a sip of my drink. Well, I've started in BFA, so like I haven't seen
Oh, of
how
course, yeah.
Legion did it, but like I like the idea that like we can play with power. I like the fact that we can play with it, but I don't like the fact that like
Hey,
it's
have you guys gone in?
like say it hasn't been like this for a long time. It's like it feels like said borrowed power, and it's not okay over the long run because you'll get used to it. Like when BFA dropped, it wasn't a thing, and it was like getting back to that, and like knowing I had to grind the essences, everything, grind the corruptions, grind everything. Like getting that sense of borrowed power is sort of cool, but like over a longer period of time, like people will get like discouraged. They've farmed everything, and like the farming itself is like before Mother used to like put them up on rotation. Like getting them was either RNG or you just getting lucky.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and that kind of with the corruptions, they kind of suck. But more so onto the Azerite things. You say about the increasing power over the expansion. But when you think about it, right? When you start a new expansion, they've got to level the field. You can't go in there and be in supernova for the first sort of 7-8 levels and then just be on par for the next few. You need to be able to play it. The level experience to make it fulfilling, in my opinion, it has to be meaningful. And to just be able to face roll the whole content is not meaningful.
No, it's like a person can be really badly geared but have Twilight rank 3 and like do top DPS.
I mean,
Like
let's not knock Twilight, because Twilight is awesome.
I'm not saying anything, but like
Twilight's a friend.
it gives a false sense of like the thing you could have, and like, and when you go into the next expansion now, I will think it will be really hard because more people will be like, oh, I don't have that button anymore. Oh no, I have to like rely on what I'm doing instead of like getting that sense of that power, because it's
there will be
been
that.
out.
That is going to come
Sorry?
back. You're going to get another borrowed power system in effect from what I believe from the conduits and the soulbinds. You are going to have to be grinding to gear
Keep yourself
to
up.
get that system up.
Yeah, but I think that will be like a little bit easier, and like
I mean, there's
because
a lot of systems coming. They don't. I mean, it looks a lot to take all in at once. To be honest, I'm not sure it will be easier.
No, but like when they say that like you don't have to grind like PvP to get all the conflict and strife rank 3, like saying that you can get it on several different methods instead of just one set permanent, and like say that you have to do this one thing that you absolutely hate and you've never done in your entire life, but it's the best thing for your class.
I mean, didn't I read? I don't know if you've read the same thing. Maybe 1 second. Let me get this crawler.
I need
I
another
read-
rifle.
No worries, mate. I haven't got you focused like I would normally do my healer. Failing. Didn't I read somewhere that the items we use for our soul binds, the is it the conduits? I think they're called.
Yeah.
That when you farm them, they come from specific sources. So like you will, if you want the PvP ones, I don't know how good they are. I don't know if it relates to the same thing in the slightest. If you want the ones that come from PvP, you will have to PvP, whether it's for PvE or not.
This reminds me of the relics. a bit. I know I've seen a few of them drop from the bosses. I honestly haven't looked into the conduits. I have not been excited by the Covenant system at all. Honestly, recently, one thing about it feels like a band-aid fix, a short-term fix for a long-term problem. And they never fix a long-term problem, they just add on another band-aid.
Is that what you're referring to? Like, so the borrowed power systems would be the band-aid?
Sort of.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, is it a system that you think is going to come into play as the future of WoW? Do you think there's always going to be a borrowed power system now? Because it definitely seems like that is the way.
Seems to, and I don't think it's working too well.
Don't you? Because I think it's working pretty well.
I think the first iteration works alright until the end point. I fit in the starting point. The middle point's always alright. It's the start and end point. Well, the end point, you're basically just back to what you was before.
Is that not a good thing though? Like I mean, I
Right.
keep repeating myself here. You go into a new expansion. Do you not want that clean slate? Do you not want to be able to? Because there's no way.
I want to carry something over the last expansion.
There's no way that a sword made from the remnants of Frostmourne is going to be less powerful than a two-hand, I don't know, sword of the monkey. It's just not going to happen. Yeah. So, but you're going to want to use the sword of the monkey because it will be better.
Yeah. No, that's
Now,
why
how
I felt
could-
that all with Legion artifacts for a good part was the actual what they were. Like these were the super big war weapons. We shouldn't be having those because now
But it fit into
we've
the story.
basically used every big weapon. Like the Scepter of Sargeras should not be drained of power. That thing should have been able to rip open a portal to get rid of the sword in the first place.
But then that's your argument is with the law, not with the system.
No, that's one of my arguments. But I still find this whole system, I've been grinding. I've really not cared about it for ages, it's just there. And honestly, I was stuck with these same traits for ages, which are basically every just a random proc chance. It's just layers of RNG upon layers of RNG.
Personally, I think corruption is a bad borrowed power system. Like,
Yeah.
corruption is terrible.
I think it worked alright as a kiss and curse, but people just abused it. And
Abused it, or you've been allowed to increase your power that high.
I think it's a bit too free.
Yeah,
Now,
like no paladin on the planet should be stacking mastery as a primary stat, and yet every top, the system's broken because
I literally have.
everyone will go back to crit haste.
I used to be like 30% haze. I'm now at 62%, and I'll be increasing it further next week.
Sorry,
And any time I don't have his haste, I feel slow now.
Dan, can you repeat what you said there? Because Baha spoke over you and I didn't quite get it.
Was just saying, in terms of exploiting this particular system, in that it's possible for certain classes that should never really build in the way they have to be able to build the way they have. For example, like Death Knights, you've seen Death Knights exploiting really high haste builds when you would never, you would always stack, say, as a tank, you would stack versatility, and same for a paladin, you would build crit haste, but yet there's been this little loophole with the mastery build that everyone's doing, and so this expansion has given people freedom to exploit things that would never really be in the normal game,
but also experiment more.
But at the end of but the thing is, we're going on to the next system when BFA comes out, when Shadowlands comes out. There are going to be a lot of people that have built a certain way who are really going to be lost when it comes to the next expansion because they're not.
But that's
why,
that, in my opinion, is why borrowed powered systems work, because you've got that level of experience from 50 to 60 in the next expansion. It was from 110 to 120 in this expansion to get to grips with how your class feels without that stuff.
But when you level from 110 to 120, you're leveling in as the spec should be played. When you're going to be leveling in Shadowlands, you're going to be leveling the way the class is meant to be played. But at the end of the expansion, but right now people are playing with a build that wouldn't even be considered.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is your slates. It's all well and good for now, but I don't think that's going to affect anyone negatively or too negatively, because you're always going to have that drop in power. You're always going to get to max level and be like, especially with the new scaling system. We had it at the start of BFA where people got to 120 and were like, wow, this game's actually a lot harder now. Like, things get ridiculously harder.
I guess so. I guess you're right in a way. It's
I just see borrowed power systems as a way to sort of keep it in expansion.
because that's
Like, drink away, Lang.
when you
There's a world in bot back here, by the way.
at the end of 8.2 into 8.3 is a prime example, isn't it? Because I kind of came into this expansion late, having had about a year out.
Hmm.
I was lucky to come in at the beginning of the raid because all of a sudden, like you say, everyone's pretty much back on a level footing again, even mid expansion 8.2 into 8.3.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like about borrowed power is the fact that it replaced tier sets.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I really enjoy tier sets.
Not so much in Legion, it never, but it did kind of aid. And I mean, we spoke about this last time. I don't know. I can't remember. I think you were with us last time when we had this chat. And I said I quite like Azerite because it's customizable tier sets. 3, 2, 7. Let's go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
My macro for my timers are not on this character, and I can't be bothered making a new one, even though it would take 2 seconds. Watch out for the bike, Dan.
Yeah.
Back through.
I enjoy tier sets. It's just
Tier sets were good, but I mean the same thing I hear with tier sets is the same thing I hear with Azerite armor, where you're forced to take certain things to be the best. I mean, you're going to be. That's just the way. That's just the way MMORPGs go. Some things will be better than others.
Where is it?
And
whoa, what the hell hit you two?
Tater, trying to see where the cloud was, and see it was too late.
Ooh.
Thankfully, they're bringing tier sets back, so
oh, are they?
yeah, it won't be ready at launch or first raid, but apparently they're bringing it back in the later on in Shadowlands.
I mean, to be fair, tier sets aren't terrible. They tried Azerite armor. I still think it's a great system. I think it's a shame it didn't work. It didn't work because the player base didn't like it, and that's you know, you can't be mad at Blizzard for trying something. Bar, you said you didn't test it enough, but the fact that they linked all of the power systems in kind of together.
Yeah, if it's in a power system, just keep it as one thing. It's like I said, if I'm going in an alt now, my shaman's been lucky as I've been able to keep up with it, but if I want to do something else, so I've got to go a neck, a cape, essences, which is all 3 big grinds in their own.
Oh yeah, no, it's awful playing alts. I did say last time we did a video on my BFA.
They balance it all around the main, never an alt.
Yeah, the alt unfriendliness sucked so bad. I mean, they always say they're going to make things alt friendly, and they just never do.
The only time I found any friendliness was the Legion artifacts with the artifact knowledge. The fact that
they made it level up over time rather than thingy. That was what it was, wasn't it? If I remember rightly. Eventually,
You could buy it on your main and send it to your alt, couldn't you? Then you read it and they basically give you research. So it was a lot easier, yeah.
Yeah, and the fact was, it was just a case of get the artifact power, get the relics done.
Yeah. I mean,
the time go over too complex, something that doesn't need to be complex.
I'm not entirely sure I agree. But I don't think you're massively wrong either. I don't know.
I used to hate up the Azerite, but they made it a bit easier later on to actually target which ones you wanted or needed for your class, so that made it a lot better for me.
But I think they do that with Legion as well, where they made it easier to kind of gain this borrowed power. Like I stopped farming weeks ago. I stopped trying on this game a long time ago. The only reason I really play now is to do Baja's weekly plus.
I quite
to
literally do my weekly visions and my Mythic Plus, and that's it at this point.
And you
But
still
that's
see.
because I've been playing for so long enough that I've done near enough everything I want to do.
I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I just don't think I've got the willpower to do it. Like the things I want to do are just like I want to have the things that people farm for. I just don't want to farm for them.
Yeah. The thing is, I had the time and the boredom. In that respect.
I guess so, yeah. But you've also got like off my head, sorry. So when you get a fort, it's just not coming out.
I find this borrowed power system just for player retention, just to get them to keep coming back to fill the bar slightly more. It was like the Legion artifacts where they made it slow to start with and it accelerated later on.
Yeah, but I mean they've got to make it slow to start with. That's why another reason that these systems kind of integrate quite well is because they can then control the pace at which we gain our power. Like,
But I hate. I think for different things, so like time gating, I absolutely hate that sort of system.
I mean, is it time gating or is it just keeping the pace? I mean,
I'd
that
argue it's
time
a
gating is?
sort of toned down time gating. Because you can say keeping pace, but that's like rep requirements, like the story quests and such. That is essentially a time gate.
Oh.
Are you okay, Goonie?
Yeah, okay.
Are you sure?
I might have accidentally gotten aggro, so I'm just like, oh.
Oh, I didn't notice. I didn't notice his barging. I'll when I watch this back later, I'll keep an eye out for it. But yeah, no. I just don't think borrowed power systems are the big evil you think they are, Baja. I don't think they're gonna. Oh shit! Uh oh. Let's walk around this way. I meant to do that.
But
Definitely
nervously.
meant to do that.
Well, Dave, you try and cite me about this covenant system.
I don't know that I can. I don't think I'm excited about it. I think until I see it in action, I'm gonna be the same way I was with BFA, where I'm gonna. It just sounds so complicated. And then I've seen a few videos like Taliesin was like, "Oh yeah, guys, it's super easy," and it explains it. I'm just like, "What? Is it super easy? Am I an idiot?" Like, I don't know. I learn by doing. I don't learn. I mean, even when we do when I'm raid leading for the guild, it's like I have to make notes because if I'm writing it down, I take it in better than if I'm just reading it. I can't just read. I can't just watch. I have to do something or visualize it. I can't just imagine how it's going to be. Like, it just sounds chaotic and horrible. It might not be, but I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it, put it that way.
But you're trying to tell me that these borrowed power systems are all good, and that you just told me you're not looking forward to it.
I'm not looking forward to it because it sounds like a complicated mess, not because of the borrowed power system. I like the idea of borrowed power system where, you know, it's easy to reset the power. Watch out for those frontals, guys.
Yeah.
I'll move these out of the smoke. I like the idea of a borrowed power system. Doesn't necessarily mean I like every single system they come up with that. Like, so there's so much going on with the from what I've seen with the Covenant stuff. I don't know that I was saying. There you go. That it does look messy. I don't know. Have you guys looked into it at all?
I've looked impartially into it. I've been so interested by it, I can't bring myself when I'm trying to do other things. I've looked at the Covenant abilities for my Warlock. I'm so uninterested by these. It's just one utility, one attack.
I mean, the idea is that, or at least from what I understand of it, is it's also I don't know, the whole it just doesn't excite me, and I'm trying to think of what to say, but it's just such a big mess. I don't know. But I do genuinely like the idea of these systems, just not always how they're implemented. How are you for Mana Lang? I'll let you drink.
I would really like a drink.
It's all that talking you're doing, Gunny.
They're not totally against borrowed power system. It's the way they're implemented mostly. On paper, anything can sound good, but it's how you implement it.
Okay.
And I find all the implementation to be dodgy at some point.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was my bad. You got aggro for a second.
You record that.
I just realised my DPS meters have not shown anything this entire time.
Does that matter?
It matters when it's being filmed.
Shit.
It's supposed to go and put it somewhere. Damn it.
Sorry, Dave, I messed up.
Don't worry about it, dude. We need all these pylons lighting up usually, so when it does the charge match next time, just try and spread out on 2 different pylons.
It was a bit late getting that.
Don't worry about it. It was my bad that he died, so.
I don't mind the borrowed power for next one because you get to experience them all anyway. You get to go through them and experience every single one.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Blame it on Friday.
We're also tired, and then we have to concentrate on talking. It's so hard. We're men, we don't multitask. Well. Are you laughing because you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Oh,
I'm not allowed to say it. You're not.
No, but like, it depends. No, I will not go into that discussion. But I have something to add on the borrowed power thing.
See, that's where I thought you were going.
Maybe, maybe not. I was. Ooh. I don't know what I was going to discuss.
I was in.
I was dead.
Oh. I can't solo this. What was I forgot it. No, but like, if they would like give so much free space once more, like it would be fun, but like in the long term, like people know classes who shouldn't have power, like that major power, like misunderstand me correctly, but you can look at mage, like they're getting really heavy DPS. Although they might be slamming some other buttons than what they actually should do on the rotation, like they can stack mastery as much as they want, and like I can see it as well on Demon Hunters. All you do have to do is either stack haste or versatility, and maybe have some fun with like speedy, like have oh, I forgot the name of it, but like some classes have more power than they actually should have, so it's like.
I think we were talking about balancing before with a few friends, and the thing is, to make every class fair in comparison, just release standard meters over by the junkyard. To make every class fair, what they'll actually have to do is have every class do the same, just with different skins for their abilities. To make every class completely balanced. Yeah, because to make everything balanced and fair.
Potency sort of the spell. So if Final Fantasy 14 has a lot has classes, you don't see the spell damage at all. So if you see its potency, which is essentially the modifier, and they keep in line very near each other. Like you have your big hit spells are a lot more, of course, but like base wise, they're generally not the same damage, but they classes play completely differently. They have completely different styles. So, while as a summoner, I have a lower potency in my main abilities, but my pet makes up for it.
Yeah,
And
but what
they-
I'm saying to you, Bar, is the idea of balancing things so they're completely fair is not the same as not being able to see what your damage spells do damage-wise. That's not.
No, I was trying to say it's like the way it's built around. It's like everyone has like a sort of equal playing ground in terms of numbers, and we don't have like the
Yeah, but to
32
do that, you'd have to have.
balance around.
In order to do that, Bar, you'd have to have very similar specs. or
Like,
very similar.
no. Oh god.
Yeah, just let me die.
That's one issue of WoW. There's too many specs to
Can you
balance
resin
around.
there? Oh, I'm stuck behind a rock.
I actually forgot they were a thing. Taking over.
This
Using
tiredness is
spectral vision
killing
and just
me.
watching you fly over and was like, no, why you do that?
I'm going to be very tired.
Okay, so would you be upset if we get into Shadowlands and we have to grind whatever it is we have to grind? Oh, hello.
Oh, what the hell? These freaking prowlers.
Swearing? We don't swear.
It's
We're
it's
nice, civilized people.
I mean, I've spoke to you. I've been on your Discord. I know you're not very. You're nice, civilized. Maybe a push.
Oh!
Wait, did I swear? If so, I apologise, I didn't realise.
I don't think it was anything major. If it was, I take these back anyway. Don't worry about it. I feel like I have to and have you guys on. I'm just gonna stay here and eat my spice snapper and not do anything else because you guys keep dying.
How do I go over it if I can't even?
You 1 second. First of all, go around. Go back to where the pack is. Oh shit!
You trying
I'm
to
getting
summon
eaten.
zone.
I'm getting eaten. I fucked up.
If only we had a warlock.
If only I had a brain.
You can always borrow some of mine.
Alright, we'll take these. We can take these.
I don't know, they hit me like a truck.
Just use a stack up. So you can heal better. Stack up. What you gonna do now?
How?
Keep dying.
They hit me all at once.
Maybe you should have found more of this borrowed power.
How? There is no defensive traits that are worthwhile.
Maybe this is why you don't like the system.
I've been told I'm meant to make meaningful choices. The meaningful choice I make is, does this Azurite piece have the right traits? Yes or no? No, get rid of it. Yes, keep it.
Okay, so like,
Everything becomes. They want us to have fun with it, but
I think I find I'm not sure you can have fun with it.
that's the point. I can't have fun with
I
it.
can have fun with it. I don't think you can have fun with it.
Now what I say, you end up with the same cookie cutter builds that everyone, the devs don't want you to have.
I mean, I don't know because I've got about 5 or 6 different builds for my Demon Hunter. I like experimenting. I like trying new things. Like, yeah, sometimes cookie cutter is the best, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes you need to push yourself and experiment with things. We have a Demon Hunter in our guild whose DPS 1 week is the best in the guild. Is beating mine. The next minute he's nowhere near me because he tries
train?
things. It wasn't to do with corruption as much as him trying different builds, trying different stats, trying different traits.
Like at the moment, you can see a lot of people's DPS can be coming from procs. Like, you've seen the Twilight Devastation, they shouldn't be doing that much damage, but they
Yeah, but
do.
hang on though, because we're falling back into the same conversation again, where I'm just going to tell you the same thing, because it doesn't matter, because we're at the end of expansion where you always are going to feel overpowered to the content you're doing, and it's always going to reset by the next expansion. So what
I
is,
was
what is the
talking
issue with it?
about when the rare was new, when people were getting these things, and people you had no business doing that much for doing it.
But it only came in the end tier, so once again, what's your issue? People enjoyed Corruption, it was fun, it was exciting, it was something different.
Was it exciting?
Yeah, to a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, like getting back to it, and like for me, who like had a 1 year break, didn't know anything about like what patches had come out, what changes had been done, like not seen one video about it, and like getting back to this and knowing like that, ooh, shit, sorry, that like this was the thing. This was the thing, and like knowing that like we could try different things, like experiment so much, like, but the thing is that like the cloak quest, it's long, like on alts is a nightmare, but like you're grinding the corruptions, grinding the echoes, when you like get to the point where you have to grind a lot, like a lot of people will lose interest, and like that's where I felt like I at least fell out, because like I work almost every day, and like I don't have the time. I come home to play a game. I don't come home to like grind for the essence I need to like do high mythics. I don't want to like feel like I have to always, you know.
I mean, I have a counter argument for you.
Oh. Before you start that, did you play when echoes were a thing, or did you play before it?
Before.
No,
I played when BFA.
The
Excuse me.
excitement I got from Corruption until they bring out the ecosystem was, what sort of on-hit versatility will I get? Oh no. As I just kept, like, it was all RNG based, this is my other pet peeve. Just multiple layers of RNG, and that's the only way to get something. So if you was unlucky like me, all you got was on-hit, you get versatility.
The difference is, Baha, is that you weren't doing anything extra to try and get it. Like, you weren't farming anything, you were doing your one weekly, doing your one raid, and that was it. I mean, that's fine for some people. But the ones that were getting it the most, the ones that were out there farming it.
I found there was no incentive.
But of course there's an incentive.
Which is...
Do I get
a gear? You talk to the man who hates RNG based systems and has dealt with multiple layers of RNG to the point I'm bored of it.
I mean, most people are bored of RNG, but it's still when you get that piece, yeah, and you don't know you're going to get that piece, how excited were you the first time you got a Twilight rank 3?
Not very, because I was told it was very bad for me.
No, how excited were you when you got it? Because I was there, and I remember you getting it, and I remember you being over the moon. Regardless,
I was over the moon, because I thought it was good at the time, and I actually had something I thought I could do something with compared to the others.
But my point is not whether or not it was good for you, but how excited you got, and you got very excited. Yeah,
I got very excited because it was the first thing in months that I could actually
let's not put a negative.
use.
Let's not put a negative spin on it, because I know you tend to do that a little bit. Sometimes unfairly, but you were super excited about it. You thought it was great, and you were getting other stuff as well. So I mean, I'm not going to push and pretend that you know it was.
Well, the other stuff I got, I quite literally would call bargain bin rubbish.
I mean, that's just because
a lot of it I literally keep getting is on hit you get versatility.
Baha, you're getting the first interrupt. Dan, you're getting the second one. Goonie, you're getting the third on the spider, please.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not entirely convinced that it's the system itself that you dislike. Because if that is the system you dislike, why are you playing an RPG? I don't know. I'm struggling with aggro. I don't know what the hell the problem is.
I can't take the interrupt, by the way. I'm.
Well, if it had been playing this one mostly for raids now, that's it. Something to keep me social.
Ah,
I can't reset this, so we'll just die.
Pain death.
Do you want to take the spiders separately?
Yeah.
I'm not too caring.
We can do it, it's not an issue.
Scaring is scaring. Honey? Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
stealing
it's-
chips.
You stealing chips?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If we're gonna do the spider first, we need to come this way. If you don't want to do the spider first, we can go to the boss. It's fine. Let's just go to the boss then. Yeah. Sorry. If you don't like the system of having to grind up your power for the expansion, which is basically its own contained game.
Well,
then
Dave,
I don't know why you'd play
grind
an
it. I just do the dailies.
I
I
don't-
just get it.
I don't grind as much. I barely even do the dailies, and I still do awesome damage.
Dave, I will tell you the truth. I have not done a daily since I hit level 80 in the neck.
Yeah, but I mean, neither have I. I just do stuff that help people out and just generally play. We'll do the same, but I'll try and keep aggro this time.
But
I mean, I know people that do farm the necks, and they see very minimal. Like at this point, very minimal.
Yeah, because once you hit level 80, all you get is the minimal stat increases.
Yeah, so
It's marginal. It's
try being 93 and not getting one thing.
90. I'm not even 90 yet. I'm 89.
You guys are old.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
ah, damn sure. You know what, I'm not even sure I'm gonna be able to heal us through the.
So we're going to take the spiders separately now.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of what we were doing, and then you guys all ran somewhere else.
Saying that I can't multitask, but trying to do two things at once, it's hard enough just doing the boss when I...
Oh, no.
It's I don't think it's much of a grind to keep on top of your neck. I mean, when I say on top of your neck, once it's past a certain level, who cares? We'll have to take 1 or 2 extra packs, but it's cool.
Oh, do I not need to go in the portal?
No.
And I will say I did really dislike when I got to like the dungeons and I was basically been given a downgrade because I didn't have the next level for it.
Yeah, but then you could.
If I
But
get a
then
new
you're
item,
getting-
I should be able to use it to its full potential instantly, not be told there's an arbitrary gated thing behind it and your lesser item is actually better.
Temporarily.
But it shouldn't be the case.
So you don't want to have to work to get your stuff.
I did work to get my stuff, then I've been told I have to do more for it. Like in raids and that. So I
I'm
had
not
to
sure
grind like
getting-
6
I'm
more
not sure
levels.
getting someone at the start of a tier, having no, not having the correct neck level, and the reason they're gating it, I mean, I can only assume, I don't know for certain, but the reason I would have gated it if I was them was just so people did spend more time, a bit of gating, a bit of grind, or you could have just gone to islands and grind them out straight away. That's your choice. That's a personal choice. You don't have to go and do it straight away. You can either choose to or you don't. I mean,
It's also it's also a very small way of Blizzard trying to make sure that there's a fairer playing field, because as possible that that everybody's constantly having to grind. It's not like
Fair playing field only really applies to the mythic guys, and they all grind it.
yeah.
They
but
would-
that's their choice. They choose to grind it because they want to go world first. Are you a world first player? And if
No,
the
I
answer is
just-
anything but yes, then why does it matter? It's a
It
different.
matters is when I get some shiny item from a raid, I don't want to be told I can't use
I
it.
mean, you can use it. It's just not going to be as good.
We're not very good. If it's not very good, why should I bother?
No, because it will be better. I mean,
But it shouldn't. Not will be better. It should be better
you're
instantly.
starting to sound like an entitled brat.
Well,
Okay.
Dave, when you work for an item, you work very hard for that boss. You get that item.
I mean, let's be honest. None of the bosses were hard in the raid. Say they
Dave,
were.
I remember that football boss.
Yeah, I remember it as well. It
I
was
remember how many
pretty
times
easy.
you failed that.
I don't remember failing it more than twice.
Was you not called Team Fail for a reason?
Yeah, because I'm sarcastic and funny as hell. You don't forget. I named I named me and Gingy that. Vince was the one that failed a lot, but I mean, I don't know why you try and push the boss as being hard onto poor Vince failing. That's just an unfair thing to say. The bosses aren't difficult. What boss in that raid is super hard? I mean, granted, it took us a while to get Nazoth down. Just
It's
because
hard
just
staying awake
because-
on that eyeball boss where it was. The one that's just ads.
Ilganoth, do you mean?
Ilganoth,
No, not Ilganoth.
Okay.
Ilganoth was alright. That was just a cluster at the end.
Ilganoth could be okay, but you needed maybe a bit of focus. It definitely took us more than one night to get it. Oh shit! What am I doing? Let me
Yeah,
die.
what are you doing?
What am I doing? I don't know. I'm making this last longer. I'm running out of things to say. I'm just repeating myself and shouting at Baha.
No, but like I have a thing to come in with because like when you were talking about getting the best in slot items, like someone has told me like that this and this essence is the best thing, but like I don't want to go back to the third place to like get the memory of Lucid Dream. Like I have rank 3 essences. I'm still doing the good damage. I'm still doing what I like. I don't find enjoyment in going into all the raids like that are still like half current. Like it's still current considering it's still an expansion, but like I have grinded enough right now, and like it's the end of the expansion. The Shadowlands is dropping the 27th of October. Like, and
Woo!
that person told me that like 2-3 months ago, but I was like, well, you know what? I've tried grinding for it. The bosses are not like something I'd like to go into again because people are being toxic, etc., etc. So like, I'll just stay here nice and comfortably and like. And I'll also add to the point, like, the bosses aren't hard, it's just getting all the mechanics in. It's like, some people might it be easier for, other people it might not be easy for, but like, you work on it as a team. Like, the only one I'll admit, like, I remember when we were trying for the SOT, like, that was the first couple of times we tried it, it was really hard, like...
May I interrupt you, me? I also have done boss more and more. They just seem more like a scripted dance. You follow the script and you get rewarded.
Yeah, but then you're complaining that you're doing it and you're not able to use your thing straight away.
No. I'm complaining that if I get loot from a boss that I've been working on for months, and then that loot tells me I can't use it to its full potential because I don't have arbitrary scoring
I'm going
there.
to stop you there, because if you're working on it for months, I'm going to call BS a little bit. If you're working on something
No,
for
I mean-
months, how do you not have the neck level for it? Like, that is
Figure
not...
of speech, Dave. If
Okay,
I've
so
been
you've been
working on
working on
that
it
boss
for
for
a
a
week
few
or two.
weeks,
Yeah, even a few weeks, I would argue that. You know, if you're playing the game... Shit, can you get me up,
What?
please? No, you can't. Rack, I believe? Yeah.
oh, Dave, I've waited. If I get an item, it should not tell me I need to get some more neck level to be able to use it.
I don't see why that extra 1 week's wait is an issue for you.
Because if I've earned the item, why should I be told now that you have to earn it again?
But you're not earning it again, are you?
Oh,
You
I'm
are-
not being let to use it,
Yeah, you can use it.
but it's no
I
good.
mean, we're in a loop, but that's neither here nor there. You can still use an item if you want to use an item. You're getting an item, you can use it straight away. That is it. You're not being told you can't use this item. This item might not be as good as it can be, but you know,
So if I was to go on my ult, that's got level 50
It
net.
literally took a couple of weeks without trying to unlock the pieces you needed. That was it. I mean, I'm not a tryhard. I didn't try hard at anything this expansion. Not particularly. And I had no issues with it. I wasn't waiting that long to unlock pieces. And when you did unlock it, it was exciting.
It wasn't. It was click the thing I had before.
It was exciting because you got that little increase of power.
No, it was I now finally got this, thank God.
Well,
Now I
then,
can use this item.
we have different
Click,
outlooks,
ding,
obviously.
equip.
You're looking at it very pessimistically, and I'm looking at it very optimistically.
Sure. So, hey. No, but like everyone will, no matter what, have different points of views. Like I've noticed, like people are passionate about the game, and I get it. And like, but still, it's like, well, yeah. I don't have anything more to add.
It's so great when you got this great line of speech, and you're just like, "How do I end this?"
Yeah, well, I'm done now. Don't wait for the big reveal. No, but
The lack
like,
of reveal was the big reveal.
yes. No, but the thing is, like, no matter how you look at it, there will be some bad things and good things about like an expansion, and like Warlords of Rain are like that. Well, we don't discuss the little black sheep of the family, but like you had Legion, which everyone loved, but you still had a borrowed power, and then you have now BFA, who is again the black sheep of the family. But like, I think they've tried to do more with it. They're like, their game company, they're trying to experiment with how to run things. It's like there's no manual for like how to please everyone.
I would say they've become an Activision subsidiary. They've literally been caring more about player retention, how to get people to play every day. I mean, I would argue Wars of Draenor wasn't a bad expansion to start with. They just gave up with it.
No, that I agree with. I don't think that it was.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
I'm probably just going to. I think we're struggling a little bit. I think we've said all we can say about this subject. I think we've branched off into a few different subjects over the course of it as well. So I'll just ask you guys this as an ending statement before I end the video. Do you guys... does the idea of having another borrowed power system in whatever comes after Shadowlands, would that put you off it, or would you just not care? What is your viewpoints on it?
Honestly, I'm not sure anymore. At this point, I've just not cared about it. The point of, I don't know what I'm going to choose, and I'll look beforehand.
Yeah.
So at least know I have some thing, oh, this is the path I'm going to take. It's literally a case of, I've looked at the comment system, the abilities, and I'm thinking there's only two guys I could even think about taking right now. Without looking at the soul binds, which is another mess.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the long run. I'm not talking about Shadowlands.
Oh, in the long run, I
would
think
it
the
put
more
you off
borrowed
again?
power systems I see, the less excited I'm going to be.
Okay, Lang, do you reckon it'd bother you at all? Because I know personally for me, I don't care because you put, like I said before, the idea of it makes sense lore-wise.
yeah, I mean, for me, I don't mind either way. I still enjoy the game. I've still got friends in the game that I'm enjoying playing with.
Yeah.
No.
And
He didn't mean you. He meant me.
Oh. No, I'm just joking.
Dan?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, every game has its sort of systems, and I'll keep playing Warcraft because I enjoy the game, and I've done for over 10 years, and all I will do is adopt and adapt to the next system, and build it as best as I can, and make the game as, you know, the best I can. So it won't matter to me. I'll be playing this year, next year, 2 years, 5 years, however long.
Until it slowly dies away.
With whichever system is the current thing, because you've got two trains of thought. You can either adapt to the system, learn the new system, and play the game, or you stop playing the game, and I'm
Mm.
not going to do all that. So
Goonie?
For me, it doesn't actually matter. Like, I'm here to bother my friends. No, just kidding. No, but like,
You don't bother me that much.
oh, that's not
Are
what the
we
others say.
friends?
No, but like, no matter what kind of system, no matter what kind of borrow powers, no matter which direction it's going, I will like play WoW a lot. Like, play with my friends, like push mythic, push keys, push everything. Like, that's the fun of it. Like, you make great friends along the way as long as you look.
I mean, that's
So-
really quite nice. Yeah, I think we'll end this on Baha. I feel like you're alone here, my friend, and your viewpoint is valid as always. But I don't think it's a consensus here. Thank you very much, and goodbye.